Hey, what's going on? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Durant Cersei. If you didn't know, and just in case you need a reminder, there you go. Today, please bear with me. We are doing the 5 stage. Well, I'm going to be talking about my 5 stages of depression as a caregiver and the fragrances that I reach for during each one of those stages. Yes, I'm going to try not to make it a sad video, but I really want to kind of talk about what's going on in my life and talk about fragrances, tie them all together in some way, because, baby, I will tell you now, I am not okay. I am not okay, and I just want to give you an insight of, like, the stages that I go through. This is not for every caregiver. This is specifically for me. But first, I want to get into my scent of the day. As you notice, the glow is glowing. I don't know if you really can see it because I really can't. But it's giving me enough. I'm on here looking tacky because I was like, I have an idea. Every time I have an idea, I just need to do it. I don't have time to be coming over here trying to put on, I do put on a little skin tint. I will tell you that. Because I always wear skin tint. I don't just be coming to wear it just for y'all. I always wear it. But, yeah, I just get on camera and I'm like, they don't care what I wear. So, I got on a nasty piece of tank top that I've been lounging around in. Anyways, so that is with this glow. It is brought to you by Brunel's Pearl Glow Body Oil. Now, it's sold out. I wasn't the reason it was sold out. No, okay. I wasn't the reason it's sold out, but I will say I have been one of the main ones talking about it. So I hope that they at least will get in my description box, find my P.O Box, and send me like a box of these. When they restock, give me a little nasty piece of PR. This right here is so good. As you see, it gives me a nice glow, but it has an apple note. It's very floral, white floral, very sexy, a little bit woody, just a tinge bit woody. I absolutely love how this makes my skin look, and I love how it smells. And then I went in, Kalea. I put in like 3 drops of this on my arms. Yes, this right here kind of gives you that beachy, salty, sexy, sultry, ambery type scent. I love this. I'll have it linked. I don't get anything for it. But anyways, because, we have apple and we have floral, a little bit. I had to go with Apple by Eden Juicy Apple from K. Oily. Yes, so this is my scent of the day. I did have on a little bit of that, I didn't bring it because it was a sample. It was the, what is that? Carolina Herrera, the Jasmine Absolute. I absolutely love that. I want a full bottle of that. I just don't like those bottles. I don't like them high heels. Like, put in another bottle, please. Anyways, so a lot of people know this. I mean, not a lot of people, but people who watch me, they know that I am caring for my mother who has vascular dementia. You can Google that, see what it is, what it's all about. But, it is really not for the weak. It is not for the weak, and fragrance is one of those things that I used as something to kind of numb the pain. And when I say numb the pain, there will be days when it first started that I was really sad. I was having, issues sleeping. I still have issues sleeping now because now I'm trying to reset her time because she, stays up all night. I mean, and she stays asleep all day and up all night. So I'm trying to reset. So I'm kind of tired because I went from a few days ago from being up all night to about 7 in the morning, and then having to do some little things for the important stuff, and then she sleeps and then she wakes up, and then now I'm trying to get on a whole different schedule. So she's up at a reasonable time, so I have to catch up. But at the beginning of it, I was having these days where it was just so hard to deal with. And if you know anything about dementia, a lot of them get very aggressive. I had moments where she's broken lamps on my back. She's tried to stab me. She actually did stab me. There were times where I had Adult Protective Services investigate on me twice. One for abuse because there was some nurse that came over here and she saw bruises on her arms. I don't know how the bruises got there, but I will tell you emphatically, with all of the honesty in me, I have never put my hand on her physically like that. But she said that because she saw the bruises that she had to report it. It was a nurse, and so it automatically turned in, oh, you hit her or you did something. So they were investigating me for months. And then a little bit later, she went to the hospital. I forgot what it was that was wrong with her, but she told them that I sexually assaulted her, and so they investigated me for that. Like, and you know what? I have a little bit of resentment of that because a lot of people in my family did not take that seriously. Because I could have gone to jail. I could have gone to jail for what they accused me of sexually assaulting me. First of all, I'll shout out to ladies. I love y'all women. I don't want no over JJ. I don't. Second of all, that's my mama. Ew. And third of all, no, she's elderly. That's like, that is one way to piss me off when it comes to people, because I know people have this notions of what gays do. I am very much a gay man, proud of it. I ain't did nothing in my 40s. I feel like I'm deprived of my whole gay life because I need some satisfaction myself. But you just can't be out in these streets. That is one thing that will make me toss something upside your forehead. I know they think the gays love kids and they love to assault people. Baby, no. Babe, that is one thing you best not ever try to accuse me of. That's one thing you please. I don't even joke about that. As a person who was molested and a person who's taking care of an elderly person, them just jokes I don't play with. No, you joke about anything else. Now, anyway, so I was having it was so many things going on and like crazy things and being investigated. People just randomly coming to your house, Adult Protective Services, and how nobody in the family took it serious. It was just like, nobody cared. I would say nobody cared about how I felt because nobody asked. Nobody checked up on me to see like what's going on, or try to do anything to make me feel better about this situation. It was like you basically are out to fend for yourself, not knowing how this is affecting me internally. So Adult Protective Service, they're randomly showing up to the house for about 6 months. For 6 months, probably a little bit more. And I was finding fragrance as something that I was using to numb the pain. So those days I was having that I felt like helpless, hopeless, couldn't talk to nobody because nobody understands, because nobody around me is going through the same exact thing. They're not. I was just buying fragrances. Just buying. It was a thrill that I was just buying. But I have 5 stages of depression. I want to say also that I have a PCP. I also have a therapist. I know my people are not going to do it, but if somebody random like sees this, please don't diagnose me. I have not been diagnosed. I have been tested, everything, all the things. I'm not schizophrenic. I am not bipolar. I've not been diagnosed. I am I have what you call situational depression. I don't have manic moments. I don't. Not to say that people who have it. Shout out to everybody who's dealing with that. It's just not. I have been dealt with cards that kind of I had no say so in. Well, a lot of people do, but I was given this life that I didn't. I wasn't prepared for, expected, or anything. Well, I think that happens to everybody. So, well, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so the first one. One of my first stages of depression as a caregiver is denial / survival mode. So I'm functioning, like right now, I'm functioning, yes! And sometimes I feel like my funniest videos are the ones where I'm really, really sad, or like it's been videos that I think are funny that they don't get that many views, it's fine. But it's some videos I watched that have been my funniest, and I have literally cried right before getting on camera. And it's like, how are those videos? Well, they're funny to me. I make myself laugh. Okay, so I'm functioning. I'm taking care of my mom. I'm handling appointments like today. There's, making food. There's dealing with bills, things falling apart. Emotionally having it all together. Well, not emotionally, outwardly having it all together. Maybe that's why a lot of family members feel like they don't need to kind of intervene and help me or give me some time, some space, or you know what I'm talking about. But emotionally, I'm really just having to put myself on the back burner. So in this denial mode, this denial survival mode, it's Better Days. Better Days by Aaliyah's Face, featuring in collaboration with Dossier. Yes, now this is the fragrance I wear when I'm pretending everything is okay. I feel like I wear this because it's bright. It makes me feel optimistic when I wear it. The title, it's in itself, is something I feel like makes me feel good. So on those days, I really feel like I'm just really going through the motions. This is one that I reach for, and I just love smelling it. Just the sniff just kind of boosts my, mood just a little bit. Yeah. Wow. So better days. Yes. Denial. Survival mode. Okay. The next one. The next stage. And these are not. It's not really in a particular order. It all depends on the day. Exhaustion. I'm exhausted. The responsibilities start catching up. I rarely cry. But there are so many days I want people to leave me alone. And what I mean by people, my family. Because sometimes their idea of help is not help. You know what I'm saying? Instead of coming here and doing things, in my mind, it's like, it'll be help if all of y'all will leave. Like, why can't I ever be by myself? Why can I ever be alone? And if I'm gonna be here alone or whatever, why? I just want to feel comforted. And so this is the fragrance. This is a fragrance that's not about impressing others, in my opinion. It's really about giving myself some comfort. You know what I'm saying? And that is one by Amir Gray. They just had an anniversary. I was gonna do a video. I really wasn't feeling up to it. But this is your nice candied peach, vanilla, floral fragrance. I am so proud and I'm so happy to have this. This is my second bottle. And I love how, I believe Kai Spence. I feel like I say his name wrong, even though I talked to him. I feel like he made this fragrance at the right time. Because sometimes I really feel like, this is crazy, I feel like I need a hug. And I want somebody, it's not like a sexual hug. I think you all know, you're all mature. I want somebody to hug me and tell me it's okay and really believe it and make me believe it. I feel like this is the hug I need when I can't get a real one. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? One by Amir Gray. Shout out to him, Kai Spence. I really do. This fragrance has really got me through a lot of times. I love to wear this, especially at night. Especially when I'm sad. On those days I feel like I'm gonna cry, like today. But I can't, you know? That's the crazy part. Exhaustion. And it's not even exhaustion of like you're working and working and working. Sometimes I'm exhausted because I'm emotionally depleted. Because it's like there are responsibilities, but the main thing is that things are happening. You have to make sure she's okay, whether you feel good, whether you feel sick, whether on those days I just don't want to get out of bed. I cannot lay in bed. I have to tend to a person. And that alone in itself is exhausting, and nobody understands. And me telling people, they won't understand. Every time I've made it up, I've brought it up to family members, it turns into a fight. So it's like, what am I going to keep telling if y'all are adamant and not understanding how this makes me feel? How it makes me feel. And so, yeah, some days I just want to be. Shout out to One by Amir Gray. Yes. I'm looking at this stuff right here. It's crazy. Now, the next one is losing myself is one of my stages of depression. I would say it's my third. Of course, these are in no order again. I turned 40 and my routine changed. You know, it was funny because before I turned 40, I was looking at all the stuff. You know, that I was looking up articles of what happens to you when you turn 40. And one of the things that I remember stood out because of the situation I'm in now is how they say, you know, you get older, your parents start getting older, some of your friends start getting illnesses, and your parents start getting illness. It's all of that stuff. And little did I know, My 40s will be flipped upside down. My routine changed, my social life changed. So I don't have a personal life really. Caring for someone, at some point, you just wonder where you went. What happened to me? Who the hell am I? Now, I will say, because I have had moments on here where I've gone to things, but you have to really think of it. Like, there have been some events, those are few and far in between. Like, I had some events in July, but some people may say, oh, you do a lot of things, but then they don't think about, January through June, where you probably basically barely even went outside. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of lose who you are. And sometimes now when I get into social situations, I don't know if I'm being awkward. I don't walk around with my head down. I don't do that, but I do know that I wouldn't say like lack of confidence. I know that I'm just not the same person I used to be. You know what I'm saying? I was a little more social, I think. But now because I'm not really used to being around a lot of people all the time, I don't know. I'd never claim introvert. I think it's enough of y'all out there. It's enough of y'all out there. I don't need to be added to the mix. It just feels different. You know what I'm saying? Different. Sometimes in a good way. Like when I was at the events, it felt great to be around people. Especially people who like stuff that you like. You know what I'm saying? But I would say now it's well loved by Influxious. I would say this. Yes. Okay, we're gonna go with this. Yes, I do wear this, as you see. I wear this to remember that I'm still a person. I'm still a person who has my own identity. And the shea butter note in here really reminds me that you are a strong black man. You have all the power inside of you to get through this. And I do. I feel empowered in a way wearing this fragrance. Yes. It just smells like beautiful black skin. It reminds me I am very much a strong black brother. I love you. And no, I don't know the words. I'm sorry. Yeah, so shout out to Influxious. We love that here. Now, another stage of depression. I think I experienced this today. Shout out to my friends. I have some amazing friends. Now, some days they be working me. And I will say, a lot of my friends, I feel like they know more, they get it more than my family. I have a friend that comes over here who helps bathe my mother. She helps as much as she can. Shout out to her. I have friends, I like Keitra. I can scream on the phone with Keitra, tell her what's going on. Koi sent the Sanctuary, Mixed Edition, all these people I'm building relationships with, Siaj Batty. I feel like I have done well when it comes to the people I have put around me. Now, it may be somebody who a little slick. I'm going to get you. It may be somebody that's slick, they secretly hate me, but I don't feel that at all. I have some amazing friends. I have friends that I talk to, Sips of Jen, who's my friend in real life. She came over here. One day she's like, she took me out because she wanted me to get out the house. And she came all the way from Richardson to White Fort Worth. You do math. Just that, it just made me feel good. And it's like, I have friends that really give a damn about me. And so, if it is something weird going on, I don't know about it. If I don't talk to y'all on the regular, it ain't you. I have, I know Platinum D said that, she sees a lot of us as co-workers, which is fine, because you gotta, some people are weird, but Platinum D I have just asked Platinum D for stuff, and she has said yes, and I just don't play about Platinum D at all. I don't care how she views me. I view her as a sister, and that's somebody I ain't playing with. I don't play with her. Play about her. But anyways, anger, and the anger is not, it's not about my mom, it's about the circumstances, it's the sacrifices, it's the situations, it's the, not having enough help, family not understanding, what caregiving actually requires, means, none of that, you know what I'm saying? And the more you explain it, because I have a friend, the one that I was telling you about comes here, she always tells me what I need to say. And I was like, girl, if I do half of what you say, I'd be fighting every day, fighting for my life to survive. Uh, because I just feel like you can't really explain it. People won't get it. Because a lot of people see it as, I'm not going to say a lot of people that I know, you know, like my nephew came over here. He's my older nephew. He came, it was a long time ago. So we kind of moved past it, but still, it happened. And he was like, all you do is sit here with an elderly person. So a lot of them think that, you know, because they come over here for a few hours or a day, and they see, you know, she's probably acting, you know, normal. And what a lot of people don't understand that, you know, it changes. And so they'll see it as a little bit normal or whatever the case may be, nothing crazy. So it shouldn't be that bad, not knowing there's very much like roller coaster rides throughout the week. And sometimes it happens after people leave, because when people come over here, it kind of takes her out of her element. What, you know, because it's like out of her, what do you call, routine. And so sometimes she reacts to that when they leave. Or when she goes over to somebody's house, she comes back. I have to deal with the aftermath because she's having to readjust. And sometimes the readjustment is anger. It comes out as anger. But I've learned how to maneuver through it, so it doesn't bother me. The bothersomeness comes from just not having a life, not doing what I want to do. There's no balance. There's no way for me to balance. Yeah, but anyways, I have those moments that I'm angry, resentful towards everybody. Because there's so many things that have happened. Not everybody, like I said, I have amazing friends. Never, when I say everybody, I don't mean my friends. It's everybody else, you know, that is in my life, you know, aside from them. So yeah, that was a long speech. I'm gonna look at this and be like, boy, ain't nobody who gonna want to watch this? But I would say Banana Republic or Vanille. Have I talked about this on this channel? I think I don't know. But this is my don't ask me anything. I don't care about your suggestion type fragrance. Get out of my face. I don't care. Leave me alone, please. That's that fragrance. That's this one. Although it opens real bright, there's a darkness to it. There's like an incense note to it, I believe. It has a little smoothness with a little vanilla, a little woodiness. I think there's some sandalwood or something in there. Of course, orris. I don't know what orris smells like, so I'm not going to sit here and lie like I know. But to me, it gives like very dark, and that's just how I feel when I'm angry. And, but there's like a level of smooth comfortness in this darkness. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is more fitting for the fall. Like right now, we've been having like a few weeks of 100-degree weather. But yes, you know where you having a stage. The stages of this depression, this stage of depression, it's anger, but you don't want to, you know, add anything to it. Just make something that gives you that like, you know, that kick and. You don't have to say it. You don't have to, hey, be still. Let the Lord fight your battle. I know they say the gays don't let the Lord. But be still and let the Lord fight your battle. Ancestors, fight your battle. They call it voodoo. Yes, anyway, shout out to Banana Republic. Now, this one here, I have 2 fragrances. And I know it's 5 stages, but you know, it's my channel. This is my idea. I could do what I want. You know what I'm saying? This here is like, these 2 are my I'm still here fragrances. Now, this is my life right now. You hear me? Do you hear me? But it isn't the entirety of my life. I know that somewhere in there, somehow, some way, some another, whatever the case may be, I am going to get through this. And you know, in a perfect world, I would make a lot of money and be able to take care of my mama. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean by that? In a perfect world, I would make enough money to take care of myself, of course. You know, baby. You know, take care of myself. Get me a nice little nasty piece of townhome somewhere and keep this house. you know, and then hire somebody when I don't feel like dealing with anything, and you know I want to go have me a little rendezvous with a little somebody that I, you know, might have a little feeling for, and that I want to touch me in the morning and walk away, but don't walk away for real. I would be able to afford to pay for that kind of care. You know what I'm saying? Or if, you know, my family wants to come over here for the weekend, I'm going to town home. Me and my boo going to town home. I mean, and nobody's gonna know where it is. Sorry, you're not gonna know. You're not driving up there, Free Willy. Nobody's gonna know where it is. And when I say nobody, my family ain't gonna know where it is. In a perfect world, I would have me a little nasty piece of town somewhere over the rainbow, baby. And you know, I just go there. As soon as I go there, because Bae know I had a hard day when I get me a little Bae. Bae know I done had a hard day. I done open the door, you know, because, you know, Bae can only come, you know, if I give you the code to go in there. You can only get in there when I get you the code, because you ain't finna, what you ain't finna do. Girl, I think you finna live, and you, no, we ain't like that yet. So I done let Bae in, you know, from the code, because I'm like, baby, somebody's coming over, my sister come over to take on my mama. Or, you know, I done paid somebody because I need a time, I need to be touched, you know, real nice and smoothly. And, you know, Bae know I done had a little nasty piece of week, and, you know, I'm driving. I'm just like, yeah, you know, I got my dogs in the back, yeah, because, you know, they got a little nice little nasty piece of background, because, you know, they don't care, you know, they don't care, they gonna be with. I'm driving, listening to Mariah Carey. You know, already, you know, I'm not expecting nothing, you know, I'm just finna get away, and then I open the door, baby. Bae is there naked, and it's just like, what's gonna happen? Like, we finna go have sex real quick. And then, you know, we finna go take a bath, get a little something, you know, do a little something there, and then we're gonna be, it's like gonna be happening all weekend, like, pretty much, like, at least 10 times, or 10 to 20 in the weekend, because I'm very much insatiable. So, in a perfect world, I would have a little nasty piece of town home that I could, you know, have here, pay it off, little nasty piece, and then, you know, I could hire somebody when I feel like being somewhere over the rainbow, and, you know, they come here, just have somebody whenever I need to come and take care of my mama, you know, when I need a little time, you know, in a perfect world, So, yeah, I mean, we don't know what's the odds of that, but these are my I'm Still Here fragrances. And I think you may know, if you've been here for a little bit, we have two. My favorites, Elixir from Kayali and Lust by Chris Collins. These are actually, I would say with confidence, these are really my top favorite of all time fragrances that I've smelled. And I've smelled a lot, but these are my favorites. Okay, and you know, I haven't been able to wear this Lust, but yes, Kayali Elixir, I'm really scratching and surviving when it comes to this, because this one is discontinued, and it may not be coming back. Ugh. Sultry rose, sexy, dark, mysterious. It makes me feel empowered, like I am the Prince of Zamunda, even though Zamunda don't exist, which Wakanda don't exist neither. I'm gonna need some black people, please. Y'all need to stop acting like that exists in real life. It really don't. So y'all get mad at that man for being on Wakanda. Like, what is y'all mad for? It's not a real place. And somebody made a good point. Like, y'all be wanting these. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. Yes, this makes me feel empowered, like, yes. And this makes me feel like I'm still here. This is the sexy part of me. This sexy, lustful, freaky dicky that nobody probably will. Nobody in Dallas, Texas can say they've experienced. Okay, nobody in the world can say no, they haven't. No. I have held a lot in, you know, for 45 years. Because, you know, I'm a good, innocent Christian boy. What the think you talking about? But there's a nasty demon inside me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can't just give it out, because the people will tear your heart and your body parts into shreds. So you just can't be nasty and freak with everybody. So I've been, you know, in my own little bubble holding it in, you know, because maybe somebody will come that got a little sense and, you know, tear me apart, you know, break the cobwebs out. And then the beast comes out. The I'm Still Here beast come out. Yeah, this guy right here. So yes, those are my 5 stages of depression as a caregiver. I want to make it a little fun, because it is a little depressing to talk about. Shout out to all my caregivers, especially the ones who are taking care of people with dementia, because it is no joke. There are over 100 different types of dementia, I believe. So my mom's particular type of dementia, I believe it was caused by strokes. So she has vascular, and so there are different types. And so a doctor said to me, because I have been very sleep deprived, her doctor, in fact, said, you need to start getting more sleep, or you're going to end up with it from sleep deprivation. I promise you, I'm going to take care of myself. Yeah. So, because I was I was noticeably tired in the office, and she was kind of like, what's going on? I was like, well, I've been up since about 7, and then I got up at 10 because, the sleep schedule. And so it was her idea she gave me some tools to try to reset. So my mom is resetting, so she's waking up early, but I have to reset now. So, yeah. Anyways, I didn't want to make it too sad, because today has been a day. It's been a day for me. And I may have snapped on a few people. I have. Well, not badly. No. I've ignored a few people. But yeah, I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Please take care of yourself and everyone around you just as best as you can. Peace.